territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. So before I get started, I'll just share a little bit of information with you about the March of Dimes Canada, just in case you're not familiar with the organization that I work for. So March of Dimes Canada was founded in 1951 by mothers and volunteers marching from door to door to collect dimes for polio research, hence the name March of Dimes. After the polio vaccine was discovered, our mandate evolved to serve not only polio survivors, but people living with disabilities. We expanded to become a national organization in 2006, and as the March of Dimes Canada, we have over 30 programs that serve people with disabilities, including stroke recovery, independent living, home and vehicle modification, and skills development and employment. Over our 70-year history, we've evolved to become a recognized leader in disability service design and delivery, and we support tens of thousands of people with disabilities each year through a growing range of high-impact programs in communities nationwide. Our work is broad, spanning direct client support, innovative research, and powerful advocacy for social change. And our goal is to ensure that people can have the financial means to avoid or escape poverty and live well with a disability. So I'm here today to share more information about the Skilling Up program. I have a presentation prepared. It should take about 15 minutes to go through, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions if you have any at the end of the presentation. So Skilling Up is a national program being brought by March of Dimes Canada to Canadians with disabilities through a Skills for Jobs collaboration with Microsoft and CIBC. It is a program that will support job seekers across the country to gain access to the skills, training, and certifications that are required for any job that needs a digital skills, while also connecting them to potential employers through job development support and virtual mentorships. The reality is more jobs will require digital skills, and it's not only technical jobs, but many jobs across industries like healthcare, hospitality, and construction are or will be tech-enabled. And that means you'll need some level of digital fluency to pursue these roles. Skilling Up offers free access to digital skills, training, and certifications for job seekers across the country, while also connecting them with potential employers through job development support and our virtual mentorship program. So who is this program for? It's designed for job seekers who are 16 years or older, job seekers who face barriers to obtaining traditional education and want and are able to learn at their own pace. It's for job seekers who want to learn new skills or upgrade their existing digital skills and become qualified for a tech role or any job that requires computer skills. And it's for job seekers who want a micro-credential or certification with Microsoft to help them become competitively employed. The program is designed specifically for people who want to learn and complete the training so they can find new or improved employment. And while I mentioned in the previous slide that the program is designed for people who have disabilities, disclosure isn't mandatory. So in terms of our program content and delivery, we offer a continuous enrollment. So that means that you can register for a learning pathway at your convenience and you can learn at your own pace. You'll have the flexibility to engage in multiple learning pathways. You can choose to start at the beginner level and progress to an advanced course if you wish. And when you complete one learning pathway and earn your certificate, you can promptly enroll in another. You can also choose to enroll in a digital skilling pathway or a professional soft skills pathway at the same time if you wish. The program itself is designed for you to access the course materials online through various devices, such as computers, cell phones, or tablets. And the content is delivered through a series of on-demand videos and knowledge check quizzes and final exams. Because it is a self-paced independent program, we don't have instructors and we don't have support coaches or tutors. However, if you are someone who's working with an employment service provider, we can give them access to the Skilling Up pathway that you're learning so that they can review the content with you or beforehand so that they can offer support to you. The program is accessible for any learners who use assistive technology like Copilot or JAWS. And then we also have some other accessibility features like closed captioning and audio that can be adjusted. The closed captions can be adjusted to multiple different languages. The audio itself is only available at this time in French and English. We can also offer additional support from our internal March of Dimes accessible technology specialists. So if you are someone who uses assistive technology, our accessible technology specialists can help you troubleshoot any issues you have with your assistive technology. And our tech support coaches can assist any beginner level learner with the actual learning content. Now, before I dive into the specific learning levels and the courses that we cover, I do want to share some information about the content that we use. So the SkillingUp platform uses LinkedIn learning content for our career essentials, digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and professional soft skills learning pathways. So those would be considered our beginner and intermediate levels, which means anyone enrolled in these pathways will need a LinkedIn account in order to access the learning content and assessments. Our advanced level pathways are Microsoft certification pathways, which are hosted on Microsoft Learn. So you wouldn't technically need LinkedIn for those programs. However, I do like to recommend that all learners and job seekers have a LinkedIn profile because it is a great resource that can help you build your network, connect with employers, and share your accomplishments. I understand that there are some concerns around social media and having a presence online. So if you are worried about your online privacy, LinkedIn does make it very easy to customize your privacy settings, and our SkillingUp program team can help you with setting up your LinkedIn account and customizing your privacy settings if that's something you need assistance with. Okay, so like I mentioned, we have 3 different levels. We have our beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So the first one being our beginner level, this would be someone who has basic computer skills, meaning they can type, use a mouse, and navigate to websites. So these type of learners would typically focus on our digital literacy and productivity pathway, which with the option to always progress to intermediate or advanced level if you'd like to continue learning. Our digital literacy and productivity pathway cover topics like working with computers and devices, being safe online, and it offers a good introduction to Microsoft Office suite of programs, so Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, Excel. So this would be a good place to start for anyone who wants a refresher on how to use a computer or use the internet. It's also a good place to start if you're new to an independent, self-paced learning environment. And our next level would be an intermediate learner. So this would be someone who has a solid understanding of how to easily navigate the internet, as well as use Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Outlook. And this would probably be someone who's likely using a computing device on a daily basis. So all of our intermediate learners will likely focus on our career essentials and certificate pathways. And these are designed to give the learner a good overview or outlook of some of the best practices and key skills that you need to excel in these specific roles. So one example being our administrative professional. Now, this will go through some of the key things that you'll be working on if you wanted to pursue a career as a secretary or administrative assistant. However, they aren't designed to replace the need for a degree or diploma. So if that is a minimum requirement from the employer, the administrative professional pathway would be a good place to start if that's something you do want to pursue long-term. Now, keep in mind, you'll still go over all of the skills that you need to excel in these type of roles, and you can still showcase those skills on your resume and your LinkedIn profile. And then we have our advanced learner. So this would be someone who's proficient with Microsoft systems and has existing experience or training in an information communication or technology type role. So these are very specific industry recognized certificates that are designed for someone who wants to upskill. In order to earn these certificates, you will be required to write an exam after you finish your learning pathway. They do require a passing grade of 80% or higher, and these exams are facilitated by our third-party provider. Now, typically, these exams can cost between $200 to $300 to write and earn. However, if you participate in the program through SkillingUp, we'll cover the cost of vouchers that you need to book your exam. So in addition to the digital skills training, every learner will have access to our professional soft skills and entrepreneurship courses. Professional soft skills will increase your employability regardless of which digital skills training program you take. And the courses you see on the screen are just a few examples of the courses that are offered, and you'll be able to take these courses from either our soft skills or entrepreneurship pathway at any time during your learning process. So in addition to the actual training side of the program, we are also offering every learner who completes a learning pathway and earns a certificate the opportunity to participate in 2 or more hours of job readiness activities, which can include interest assessments, career fairs, LinkedIn networking, tips, technical portfolio development, and career development courses. You'll also have the option to participate in 5 hours of a virtual mentorship with working professionals and employers that can help provide you a connection to the industry or learn more about a job that you might want to pursue. And our program staff at the SkillingUp program will help arrange any job fairs, networking events, and they will also be the ones to connect you with your mentors within the industry. And then we also can provide resume review and edits or suggestions on how to improve it if that's something you're interested in. So how can the program benefit you? So as I mentioned at the start of the presentation, participating in SkillingUp does not impact any other services or funding that you may be receiving. We do use content that's hosted on Microsoft Learn and LinkedIn Learn, so you'll be getting professionally curated material that meets a recognized industry standard. Both the Microsoft Learn and LinkedIn Learn environments offer access to the training that we are also giving you through SkillingUp. However, there's normally a cost associated with it. If you choose to do the program directly through SkillingUp, we can give you identical learning pathways completely for free. The program also packages the free digital training with career development, mentorships, and networking opportunities to maximize your readiness to pursue employment. And the mentorships and industry connections will be facilitated by our SkillingUp staff. And you'll have one-on-one time working with our SkillingUp staff to help prepare you to find a job once you're done your training. We also can give access to job development supports, so learning content that you can move through on your own, which can help support you in finding your next career. And as I mentioned, it is an independent learning program. However, if you are working with someone that's providing some kind of employment support to you, if you give us consent, we can maintain an open line of communication with them so that they can check in on your progress. And even though we don't facilitate or teach the courses, we can offer some additional support through our tech support coaches, but it is important that you are ready and willing to learn on your own. And then registering for the program is very straightforward. Because we offer continuous intake, there's no specific time on when you need to start the program or when you need to finish the program. So when you do feel ready to start your learning journey and start working on your job development, you can complete the self-assessment based on our learning level descriptions on our website and review all of the learning pathways in our course catalog that's on our website. Then you can complete the online registration and consent form. After you submit your registration and consent to the website, our coordinator will send a registration confirmation and any login information you need, along with an invitation for an onboarding webinar if you'd like some support in getting started. Then once you sign on to the SkillingUp platform, you'll be prompted to complete your profile, and then you'll see your learning pathway on your main page. And for the redirect to LinkedIn, once you click on your learning pathway in the SkillingUp platform, another window will pop up in the LinkedIn Learn environment or the Microsoft Learn environment, and then you can begin your learning. And that's it. I'm happy to take questions if you have any. You are welcome to, if you have control to take yourself off mute, you can just ask the question, or if you prefer, you can type it in the chat and I'd be happy to answer verbally.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just wondering, I've always been a hands-on employee, and so this stuff looks really good for me, but I was just wondering, because I have no idea where I would be going with my future. Do you have like academic advisors or anything like that that can kind of help?
So
Um,
we don't have like subject matter experts that are academic advisors. However, if you're unsure of what learning pathway would be a good fit for you, our program coordinator can work with you. She'll discuss some of your job goals or some of your interests and can make suggestions based on that.
okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then how do I reach them? Do I call?
So you can register. You have the option to select some pathways, as many pathways as you wish that you think you might be interested in. Then she'll acknowledge your registration form by email and then give you an opportunity to schedule a meeting or a phone call. And then through there, you can just let them know that you're not sure which pathway would be a good fit and you'd like to discuss some of the options a little bit more.
Okay, and sorry, one last question. The digital literacy the very beginner one, um, while I'm working on some other rehab stuff, that one's free, right?
Yes, so all of the learning pathways are free.
Oh, okay.
And the job development is free. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
How long does one have access to the materials for once
Uh,
admitted to the
it's
program?
indefinite. Yeah. So because
Okay.
it is truly independent and self-paced. So some people will go through a learning pathway in a weekend if that's what they want to do with their weekend. And some people can take a couple of months. We don't withdraw you from the program unless you request. So, I mean, we've had people working on multiple pathways over the past 2 years from when we first launched. So there's no specific.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, we can end.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All of the information you need is on our website, and you can also contact us at skillingup@marchadimes.ca if you think of any more questions.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome. Have a